this time when there was no rain, you see, we went to the sea in Melbourne. I told them we'd wait till we go to Melbourne, and we went to the sea, and I made a Ganesha and they made a Shiva there, and they worshipped the.
We have some tissue from mother's hand.
So, and they made a Kundalini also there. See, and then they prayed. And it rained and rained and rained. It poured, poured in buckets, poured in buckets. It was, I had never seen such rain before, like buckets were poured in. And in one day, 4 inches of rain in that Sydney, can you believe it? And the puja was on inside and outside on my birthday. Buckets and buckets of water. It was a drought, they were so frightened.
We heard that the whole tent fell, Mother, because there's so much rain. Robert was telling us, Mother.
And you see, the Sahajogis enjoyed it so much, how they have played a trick. And then the river got flooded. And it entered into all the pubs and all. And washed off everything, brought it, you see, as if went inside, washed all the bottles, everything. And all the bottles were, some of the empty ones, you see, were floating. These plastic ones were floating. Another sank down, and everything was washed up and was brought in. But only into the pubs they ate. So the newspaper was that the rain was tremendous, but the river was very discreet. And also this fire that broke out before I went to Adelaide. Adelaide had a very bad fire. And what they described, it was this, can you put it there? This one, on top of that, like that. And they described that the fire was also very discreet, and the balls of fire they saw rising on the hills and entering to some houses, avoiding some houses. Some houses were completely burnt and some were not. And those people who did not suffer came to my program, said, now we know why we are saved out of that. And they could see the balls, can you imagine the balls of fire from somewhere? I mean, they don't know how the balls were formed. Big, big balls like these, you see, were just rolling up the hill. And they could see, to see balls rolling up the hill, going up, entering into the houses like that. They just couldn't understand what happened with the fire. But the best was the washing of the pubs, because normally on the river side they have all these pubs, you see. And they washed up all these, what you call, things used for the standing things. They, you see, they have those mattresses, those
sun lounges,
sun mattresses and all that. All, everything was washed and brought inside. I really enjoyed it very much, and Sahajogis were so happy with all that, very happy. They asked me a question, why God is angry with us, you see, here in Adelaide. And Adelaide is just like Paris for Australia, just like that. Very promiscuous, all kinds of dirty things happen there, all sorts of horrid things take place there. So, like Soho it is, you see. So it was, Adelaide was chosen by fire, just burnt them out. So when I went to see the hills, you see, where it had started, all black hills, nothing was there, nothing. No leaf, not single leaf there. And Shri, it was surprising, this house was burnt, that was not burnt, this house was burnt, that was not burnt. You could see it so clearly. And when it was burnt completely. You know how they burnt even the bricks and everything. It's absolutely charred black. It's very interesting the way sometimes the nature takes its response. Like when I went once to Guntur, see, I told these people that you shouldn't grow any tobaccos anymore. They were exporting all that tobacco to England. Can you imagine? And they had in the house you could find all your English tiles and English what do you call these old style big showers, such big showers. If you stand under them, then the whole thing gets absolutely like a torrential rain falls on. All English. And tubs, they had English tubs, everything in the house. So exporting that tobacco here, you see. So I said, you shouldn't do that. You should not have done it. So they said, but you know, mother, we are giving it to English, not to Indians. I said, still, you should not have done it. It's wrong. I mean, you are doing the same mistake as I have done, I think. No, no, it's correct, it's correct. You are. So, then what happened that I told you shouldn't grow like this, it's not good. And it's, whether they are English or English, you are committing sins. You should not do like that. Why are you growing this? I said, you can grow very good what you call cotton here, like just like Egyptian cotton. You can grow here. Why do you want to do? Some people took me seriously. Some of them got very angry. When I had gone there, about 50 cars came to receive me. But when I was going, hardly 2 or 3 people came to see me. They were angry for me. I said, no. I had warned them that if you go about like this, the sea is just next door and it will take a response. It is going to be angry with you, listen to me. And they were so angry with me, they didn't come to see me off or anything because I told them. Now what happened, that same year, there was a typhoon which entered into Guntur. It had never entered there. And all that was devastated. All their crops were devastated. They can no more grow tobacco there. And in the meanwhile, the government of UK stopped the import of tobacco from that place. So it was doubly hit, you see, doubly hit. But those who started growing the cotton were perfectly all right. Because all this salty water went into the soil. Now they can't grow this. And they said they never had this kind of an experience. After that they came to Delhi and asked me, Mother, you must again come, we are sorry for what we have done. I said, no, you see, I didn't do anything. I'm very proud. I never thought of any destruction, but you brought in what I told you, that the sea will get angry. But they said it happened so quickly, Mother. I said, not so quick, because at least there were 8 months for you to change your ways. Imagine, just to export those tobaccos to you and get those tubs there. No, they have a kind of a inferiority complex that if they live like English, having tubs and things like that, then they become something higher personality. But for that to sell tobacco to English, just imagine. It's all showing up now. You'll see that everything that I say will be showing up. I was happy to learn that there has been a program about these horrible diseases which are caused by this promiscuous life and all that. I'm very happy. Let people learn now. They used to make fun of me and say that I'm Victorian, this, that. Now let them learn what it means. Now everybody is quite alert. You were telling me, I think she told me that in England there are 10,000 people who are suffering from this disease. Can you believe it? 10,000. They used to call me Victorian. Gavin has arrived? Right. Just I say that 100 years life. Come on. She's also giving her puja things, you know, here. You can take that paper. Now, I think we should spread some other cloth here. some sort of a old towel or something, or put one of the towels there,
This
so
one.
that this portion is kept clean. That's
Some water for you. Take the milk.
I didn't give you a silver thali, Praveen, isn't it? I must have given it to some other center. I don't know. From that same shop where they were giving, you see, 100% silver. I bought silver for different centers. I don't know whom I gave what.
Put them.
So all of them are here. Has Jane come? Is she arrived? No. Where is she? Alright. Call all of them inside. You can move forward a little bit, I think. But why not spread here something just to keep
It's just coming, Mom.
Huh?
Class is just coming.
ये नंतर करूया आदमी भाषण देते Did you see those lines, energy lines, eh? Just imagine. Huh?
Interesting.
Huh?
There's so many of these zodiacs they found.
Zodiac lines.
Yes, they found them by
These are energy lines
energy
making the
lines.
zodiac.
Yes. Two or
I
three
didn't know
places.
that.
There's
I
one
thought-
at Glastonbury
Huh?
and there's one in this Kent.
So what are the zodiac signs? Which ones are there?
All the 12 signs.
All 12 are there in a circle.
Yes.
And you discover these by a magnet.
I think he's found a lot of it by dowsing.
By dowsing.
Yeah. Just with the...
With that. Or they find it by magnet.
And they find it also by tracing the old lines of the boundaries.
All these are
Waterways and the boundaries between the parishes. So
Is
these,
it?
yeah.
But actually, you see, if you take a magnet, yeah, it will dip at the point. You see?
Yes.
So if you follow that dipping, then it forms a line. That's the best scientific method.
Yes.
Dowsing also the same thing is. What is it? The magnet. You see?
Yes.
And the magnet, when it, you see, at certain points, the magnetic lines are strong. That's magnetism is the essence of the Mother Earth in expression. I mean, the fragrance is, but the fragrance has the magnet in it. See, fragrance comes out of magnet. Now, this magnetism of the Mother Earth goes in lines. You see, it doesn't move in only at the fragrant point. It moves all over, but otherwise it acts in lines. And these lines you can find out easily if you use a magnet. You see, a powerful magnet. Move that magnet on the Mother Earth. You see, you will find that it will start dripping down. You see, you move it, and now you find it's not dripping there. Then you move that side in the line. It's the easiest way, because dowsing could be bhutish sometimes.
Yeah.
Could be.
Big saucepan full of water.
But are you sure it's done with dowsing or
Warm.
I think they use all combination of different things. Well, certainly this one who had written the book had been
using dowsing?
using dowsing as one of the methods.
But dowsing can be challenged by science.
The one in Glastonbury, Mother, was done by an aerial photograph.
Huh?
The one in Glastonbury was also discovered by an aerial photograph.
I
You can see it in the field boundaries and things like this.
How the aerial photograph? How
They can see the boundaries of the field made a pattern, things like that.
field,
Yes. It's all the old boundaries between different
old
plots.
ones.
Yes.
Fields and roads and waterways and
Unconscious must be building up that way. And the old people that lived were much more sensitive, much more reactive to unconscious.
Yes.
They were not so artificial. But when we become artificial, what happens? We get covered up with so many barriers that we are not sensitive to the dictates of the unconscious. And when you cannot feel the dictates of the unconscious, you start having again deliberations, as I call it. Deliberations take you out, from that sensitivity. But if you are natural and a simple person, then you are quite sensitive. You are very sensitive. Okay, you can move forward. I think you come forward now. Just come forward. Come forward. You can. Come on. Esther, you come. Actually, you people should be in front. Those who are from Brighton. It would be better, right? Come forward. The Brighton people should come forward, I would say, as much as. I mean, you come this side, I think it would be better. Because you have to. No. Come along, sit down. He said that you can keep it that side. Who else is there? Is somebody still outside? Make if you can. So this on the other side of me also some people can see. It's a very nice sunny day today, isn't it?
Would you like this window open slightly, Mother?
Which one?
Would you like the window slightly open? Or?
As you please. I think that one, if you open, is a better idea. It's open. It's open. Today is a great day to come to Brighton because it's the day of Buddha's birthday. Today is Buddha's birthday, Lord Buddha's birthday. You all have heard about his birth and that his mother dreamt of an elephant, of a large white elephant, before the birth of Buddha. And then it was predicted that a child will be born in your family who will be either a great saint or a very great king, as in Sanskrit called Chakravarti, means the one who is the ruler of the whole world. So the father got worried and he thought he must get the son involved into the family life, into material life, and give him all the pleasures of life. So he built a very special place for him, beautiful palace to live in. And where he got married to a girl called Yashodhara, was a very, very beautiful woman, gave him all the pleasures of life, everything that he could do to entice this boy away from asceticism. Also, you know the story of his going one day on the road, how he found 3 types of people, and how he felt that why a person should become old, why should a person suffer in life, and why should people die. So all these 3 things put an inquiry into himself, and he started trying to understand why these things happen to human beings. With this the inquiry started. So he reached a point where he could not bear any more the comforts and all the attachments that were entangled around him by his father. He had a son whose name was Rahul, and he left the son and the wife in the search of the truth. Now, he started from a wrong end, I should say, for the search of the truth, because he wanted to know why there are miseries in the human beings. And so he started from collective towards the set. When we see miseries all around us, many people have seen, they say, what about others? Will everybody get realization? Will everybody will have this? You see, this comes from the wrong end, I feel, because first of all we must know, are we all right? Are we perfect? Are we full of joy? Have we received the absolute knowledge? If you start from this point, it is always better. Because he started from the wrong point, searching it from the collective, to remove the miseries of the people, he had to go in a very roundabout. So he read all the books and Vedas, and this he went to big pandits, to all the great knowledgeable people, to meet them, to ask them the answer why there are these 3 things. That is, the roga is the health or miserable physical body, then the death and the old age. Went and asked So many people. And they said, you have to die because you are born. And then they said that you have to become old because you are born like that. And you have to suffer because you commit sins. He was not satisfied with his answer. So he went on searching and searching and searching. And then he got tired, absolutely fed up. When he went to a place called Gaya, very near Patna it is, I have seen the place, and the tree. And he sat under a banyan tree where he slept off because he got so tired of his seeking. And after the sleep he got up and suddenly he got his realization. And he thought the whole drama is over. Now his mother herself was Adi Shakti, who gave him the birth. And she died just after the birth of the child. And he got this realization. Now at that time, when he got his realization, there was nobody to tell him what it is. That what it means. Realization is nobody to decode or talk about anything that was to be understood by him. But because of his tremendous seeking and such ardent desire that the Shuddha Ichha, the Kundalini itself, rose. But of course the Adi Shakti blessed him and he got his realization under the banyan tree. Now any incarnation which came on this earth had to samayachar, according to the time, the need of the time had to act. Firstly. Secondly, the need of the incarnation to come on this earth was first created in the human being. So supposing at a time when there was too much of ritualism, Brahmanism or priesthood, and people were trying to take everything onto those artificial rituals and all that, an incarnation had to come on this earth to correct those ideas. Like Krishna came at a time when he said, this is all Leela, Puja and everything he cancelled. There's nothing to it, no Puja, nothing. You just have Ras, enjoy yourself. It's all a joke going on, see. So he brought that concept at that time in the awareness of people that the whole world is a Leela, is a play of God's own whims. So you just enjoy it. And that's how he created this wonderful festival of Holi, which we had in Delhi. I don't know, any one of you who was there for the Holi? No. You were there?
2 years back.
No, but this time you were not there. All right. You might get the pictures of that. All right. So in the same way, when Buddha came in, first problem was that he thought that it's better not to talk about God. Because in his search, everybody told him the answer was, oh, it's God who does it. He punishes you. It's God who gives you this old age. It's God who does it. But what is this God after all? Why does he do it? He said, you better ask the God. Then where is the God? So everybody put every blame on God as usual. Even that's done today. Nothing so new. And nothing unusual, I should say. So this must be done by God himself. If you cut your throat, God put my knife in my hand and he cut my throat. So you see, he thought better not talk of God. Because everybody is going towards God. Then the people whom he met, they said, now I have become God. He said, how? He said, I am God. Or what? Why? Because he could mesmerize people. He said, I have become God. Just imagine. So he thought that is very dangerous to talk of God, because people take God in the hand and use it for their own purpose. Always say, oh, this is what the God has to do, and it's God has done it, and I'm in connection with God and I'll tell God. So he got a fright and he said, better not talk about God, because that puts the attention of the people on ritualism, artificial things. They are building temples after temples and just doing all these horrible things which one should not do. Like if you go to the south, you'll find in the temples, they shave their heads of the leaves. They shave it completely. And that they have to, this all cobbled along the sides of the walls of the temple. And the ladies who shave their head are just rolling along the sides. You see. They have to do it sometimes 1008 times, rolling. Imagine. And the water is poured on them. See. God knows what is the ritual from where it has come. So the poor women go on rolling like that. And somebody is pouring water on them all the time, buckets after buckets. The husband and the brother and all, they bring one after another. You see, one is finished, then another one. Poor ladies rolling like that on that muddy, sort of a cobbled area. I mean, I was shocked when I saw this. I said, what's this? And then later on, you see, they became modern. So they started selling the hair, you see, abroad. So the whole thing became a big industry in Madras, you see. The hair was made into this bouffant and all that, you turn it, you see. That's sent to England and other places. So, it's, I mean, in the name of God, ridiculous things were done. Ridiculous things were done. So he just thought, better not talk about God. The first step is self-realization. He was a great SahajaYogi, I must say. Because he said, nothing doing, don't talk about God or anything. First you get your realization. That was the first condition. Establish it. Unless and until you have established your realization, nothing doing. So he just started his own method of propagating Buddha's knowledge, or you can Buddhism as they call it. Of course it became ism later on. So all that he started with the idea that people should first become Buddha. Buddha means realize. Buddha is to know. So Buddha means the person who has known, means the one who is a realizer. So what he says, Buddham Sharanam Gacchami. I surrender. Sharanam is Sharanam. I surrender to the Buddhas, means to all the SahajaYogis. You are all Buddhas, because you know. When you know, you are the Buddha. Now, without going into all that nonsense of renunciation and shaving your head and wearing that dress and everything, you have achieved your realization. It's a short circuit or a short path. Why? Because he started from the other side. But if he had started directly from himself, you see, it would have been better. You see, in practical sense, I'll tell you how it is. Supposing you want to repair your house. So, you have to have instrument for that house. But supposing you are worried about all the houses of the world and you start repairing. Neither you will repair other houses nor yours. So first you must practice on yourself. Put your attention to yourself. It also is a method by which you avoid seeing the point, seeing the reality, that if you are not all right, how can you improve the whole world? So when your attention goes to other things, you must know that there is something wrong with you first of all, which must be corrected. And that's why it took him so much time to go round and round and round. He had to give up his wife, give up his family, give up everything and get to realization. Because by giving up everything, he realized that it is he who should achieve. It's a very circuitous way. But you can just say it doesn't exist anything, first let me get all right. That's SahajaYoga. Now what happened? That became a method for people to achieve God. Many people think that you must suffer like Christ to achieve God. You must renounce the world, then achieve God. Actually, renouncing the world and all that is just a myth. How do you renounce the world? It's myth. What are you renouncing? I mean, in any case, you can't carry this with you, can you? I mean, can you even carry, I would say, even a thread? Nothing. When you come like this. You are born with closed fists. When you go, the hands are like this also. Have you ever seen a dead corpse? The youngest has his hands like this. Nothing empty. Just going like this. So you don't take anything from here. So this renouncing this, I renounce that, I give up this, I give up my wife, I give up that. Has no meaning. Because it's a state of mind in which your being becomes, I don't know the English word for that, which doesn't stick to something. What is it called? No. You see, any substance that doesn't stick to anything. I mean, we have all kinds of stick glass.
Unattached? Unattached.
No, but that quality. There's a quality of the temperament which doesn't stick to it. Doesn't stick to anything. I mean, you put it here, it will come out. You can say the soap or something like that.
Like mercury, mother.
Huh?
Like mercury, it just flows.
Like mercury. But mercury also you can apply sometimes with heat. But this is something beyond mercury. It's absolute. Which doesn't stick to anything. You see? You just become like that. Oh, you do wear this, you wear that, you have this, all right. You are never. The name of the goddess is Nirmama. Nirmama. That for her nothing is her own. You see, she doesn't stick to it. She is in everything, but she doesn't stick to anything. For example, now see the light here. It's not sticking to anything, it exists by itself. Doesn't stick to anything. This is the nearest you can say, it doesn't stick to anything. Any but thing tries to stick it, you see, gets burnt. That's a good idea. So this is what it is. This is called an enlightened person. Doesn't stick to anything. And whatever tries to come very close gets burnt out. So, such a person is not attached to anything. But that's not a mental thing that you can do that, oh, I'm not attached to you. See, it's very common in this country especially, I hate you. But you can't hate anyone. How can you? And nor can you love anyone because the attachment cannot give you both the qualities. You see, because you are attached to someone, you say that you hate, simultaneously you are loving that. Because these are the dual qualities of attachment. See? So once you have attachment, you have both things. One moment you hate, another moment you love, another moment you hate, then you love and you don't know what's the matter with yourself. But the thing is, the quality of the mind is such that it is either getting attached mentally or either getting detached mentally. But actually, anybody say you love someone very much. No, you don't even die together, whatever you may try. You cannot die together. One person has to die earlier, another has to die later. So the answer to his question that he asked was, why all these things are caused? So he said, it is because of desire. Because of human desire. all problems are caused, like the death, like the old age, or the sickness are caused by desire. Now see in SahajaYoga language how we should understand him. Is the desire, as you know, is the left side. Left side gives you death. When the left side is very much used, you get to death ultimately when it is exhausted. When the left side is out, desire, you also get sickness. And when the left side is used too much, you get your old age. Of course, the right side is the one which does it, but the left side is the originator. If you have no desire, you won't go into the right side. First is the desire. The starting point is the desire. He reached the point all right, but he didn't clearly say what desire means. Desire means the left side. When we have the pure desire, which is the Kundalini, then all these things are neutralized. When the Kundalini rises, the pure desire, the real desire, the only desire, it gives you the absolute by which you don't get old, you don't die, and you do not get sick. Because you achieve that which is eternal. It does not die. You become the spirit. When you want to die, you die. When you want to be reborn, you are reborn. And you have that realized temperament within you. It does not die. That's what you take with you. Now you take your realization with you when you die. So what he tried to say was to build up that we should not have any desires. Now, because, you see, his passage was like that. He went from one to another, giving up this desire, that desire, that desire, that desire. Ultimately he came to Kundalini. It's the same. Yan neti neti vachanai nigamo avochus. When you got saying not this, not this, not this, not this, not this, then you go to a point where you say, then what ultimately left is the desire, which is the pure desire. The desire that is the Kundalini. Say for example, you say, I'll have a house. No, I'll not have a house. I'll have a car. No car. No, I'll not have a wife. I'll not look at any woman. I'll have nothing to do with it. I'll give up this, give up that, give up that, give up that, give up that. Till you reach a point where you are at an absolute point. And there you realize that the Kundalini rises. But I think it is going too far. Why not start from the Kundalini, right? There. It's a simple thing. So SahajaYoga is the other way around stuff. Is that you better start from the Kundalini and neutralize all your left side. You see the point now? That's why Buddha was always regarded as an atheist. He was not. He was not an atheist. But as a matter of policy, he and Mahavira, they were contemporary. They decided, let's not have the name of God anywhere near. Because once you start the God business, big philosophies are built and people just start claiming it. I mean, they become that. Actually, anybody who reads Gita becomes a sort of a Krishna. Shri Krishna himself is the way he talks. People, I mean, you can be shocked the way they talk. I mean, they are Shri Krishna giving an advice to Arjuna, sitting on a chariot. They behave in that manner, their style is like that. I met one fellow called Chinmayanand. And I was amazed, the way he was talking. I was surprised. I mean, he was just behaving like Shri Krishna, of course, horrid looking. But he thought he was Shri Krishna himself, you see. So that's what identification takes place with human beings. When they start talking about God or His ways and methods. So he said, all right, put that out. Just talk about self-realization. That's the first step. And Mahavira joined hands with him. It helped that time very much. To all the people who were in the name of ritualism, you see, they would say it's very difficult, Hinduism is the most difficult thing. You have to fast on Sunday because of the sun, Monday because of the moon, Tuesday because of the Mars, like that went on and on. And when do you eat your food? If you have to achieve God, then you have to take your bath at 4 o'clock and do this and do that and shave your head, and then you become a sannyasi, and you can't eat this and you can't eat that and you can't do that, all those things ritualists they started. But he felt that supposing if you take to sannyasi, so half of your desires are finished. You are a sannyasi, you are doing God's work, and there is no need to have a family or anything, so half of your desires are finished. If you have a family, then you want to do something for the family, you have to look after your family, and all that is to be done. But he did not realize that he was a realized soul, others were not. You see, if a realized soul does that, it has no difference to him. Whether he has a family or no family makes no difference to a realized soul, because he is not attached. But to a person who is not a realized soul, supposing he'll give up his car, he'll give up his house, go to the Himalayas. There what he'll do? He'll have a hut and have a barbed thing around. Then he may think of a Georgian style of a hut. Because according to them, Georgian style is unpretentious. So we can have, after all we are sannyasi. That's typical. I tell you, all our Western mind is behaving in that way, if you see. That we should be unpretentious. You see, it's very fussy, is the word they will use. If you put even a little flower, oh, it's very fussy. They want everything to be plain, bland, you see. But what about inside? It's filled with what? This all bottled up with all kinds of rums, this, that. But the outside should be absolutely bland. The food should not be, if possible, just get it in its natural form. If not, don't have any taste in it. It should be so bland that any guest who comes to your house must starve. You see? All these funny ideas cropped up with that, of asceticism. Then we have other people like Shambhalas who are going now to Gobi Desert. You see, they thought that this desert is not sufficient. Let's go to Gobi Desert. So they are going now to Gobi Desert. All these absurd ideas came out of Buddhism and also Jainism. Jainis went to the other extreme in vegetarianism, because Buddha himself was not a vegetarian. Do you know that? He was not himself a vegetarian, nor was Mahavira. You'll be surprised. Vegetarianism for them was a philosophy. It was not a sort of a thing where you don't eat meat and all. Because Buddha himself died when he went to one of his disciples who was a hunter. And the hunter had killed a wild boar. And he said that the wild boar has been killed just now and it will take some time to cook. It's rather half done. I mean, he being an Indian, he could not eat that half done thing, and he got diseased of, I think this liver or something got into problem and he died of that. See? I mean, I can't eat half done food myself, you see. This is half done now. Half done is a horrible stuff, but we eat because it is unpretentious, you see, or some sort of a thing. People have idea it's not, it's very next to the nature, you see, this is what is coming. But is all deliberate. You are attached inside. Outside, if you behave like that, you are not going to become that. Like hippies have an idea, if they live like primitive people, then they become primitive. You cannot, your brain is modern. Just by living, you see, wearing a wig like a hippie, can I become primitive? I cannot, my brain is modern, you see. That's what people don't understand, that we are too deliberate. And all these deliberations can be only reduced if your self comes into your attention. Otherwise, all these are just our mental projections. So, all this sannyasa and all these ideas came. Gradually, everyone who came on this earth, people have really made a mess out of them. And Buddha's mess has gone to such an extent that if you see that, you'll be shocked. It went into many formations. But I heard from my son-in-law that he went and visited some of the caves where the very early Buddhists lived, in the caves, because they were not supported by kings or anything. So they had a very bad time. And they used to live in the caves. And what my son-in-law told me, that in the caves there are writings in Sanskrit, in Pali, and in Indian script, saying that it is the spontaneous happening that can bring forth the self-realization. He's got that photographed. So it's coming forward. You see, so they knew about the SahajaYoga. They knew about it. But then, as every religion has gone into a mess and a lot of funny sort of, we can say, the funny sort of expressions. Also, Buddhism has gone, it became Mahayana, Hinayana, all sorts of things. But one of them was called as Biditama, who ran away from India, settled down in Japan, and he started the Zen system of religion, which he kept to the spontaneous happening. That's one was preserved. Another was the Lao Tse style, who did not talk of God and of Buddha, but of Tao itself, the energy, or we can say about the Adisha. So these two good things came out of it. While they searched back into the history of China, and they found out the Adishakti lived many years back there as Kuan Yin. And that's how Kuan Yin was established as a goddess for many Buddhists. Now then, Buddha also got into another form, because there was a big competition between Hindus of those days, and the Buddhists. So they wanted to form. For ordinary people, it's very difficult to understand the philosophy. So they thought that we should have Buddha expressed as he has been and he will be. So they formed their, see, as you say, he's a Maitreya is going to come, the future Buddha is Bodhisattva, and they started making his statues and everything. So they made Buddha as the god. They started using him to represent the divine power, giving him forms and things. And like that, many things happened. But Buddha himself was so much frightened of the ritualism that they said, you should not worship anything, you should not build any temples. So, you see, the loophole was found out. If temples are not to be built, we'll build stupas. Now, in the stupas, they put the tooth of Buddha. Of course, that was sensible to do, I must say. But, of course, Buddha had said not to do it. And they put it there. He had two disciples called as Sariputta and Mogala. They were very good disciples of his. And their bones were collected after they were burnt out and were put in the stupas. That was something definitely sensible to put them there. Of course, the bones and all these things should not be disturbed, because it's not good. It creates a problem for the body. But at least if they have put it there in the Mother Earth, it would have been alright, but they put it in caskets. Now the first casket was made of gold, the second of silver, the third of iron, the fourth one of wood, sort of thing, mummified those things. But that was a very wrong thing to do, because if you go on keeping like that, some parts of the body of these great people, it can hamper their rebirth or their body which they want to again incarnate. But hair is alright or nails are alright, but you shouldn't keep the part of their body like that. And this kind of thing gave another nonsensical ideas to horrible human beings. What they did, that they thought that if we have to keep some part of the person who died like divine person, why not we cut the hand of someone and like that. So in Tibet and all these places, especially in Ladakh, see, they used to cut the hands of the people when they died, and big ritual for the dead, and then they started going towards the dead. So they started moving towards the left side. Most of the Buddhists moved to the left side, which was absolutely prohibited by Buddha, because he is on the right side. He said, cut down your desires. Do the karmas without the desire. This was his idea. Activate your right side without the desire. This was his philosophy. But they, all of them are left side. They have desires, not only desires, but whatever they do it out of desire. Like the worst is like the Japanese. They think that you can commit suicide in the name of your nation. With this desire, they will commit suicide. To save their country, they can commit suicide. I mean, it is absurd. He said, whatever you have to do without the desire, which is a difficult thing for human being. How many there are who are doing it without desire? And whatever we do out of desire. Even at a subtler form. Even when we do puja, we do with the desire that our vibrations will improve. Can you think of a state where it is absolutely desireless? Only one person has that. There's no desire. Desireless. The whole thing is done without any desire, so there is no disappointment. There is no unhappiness. You are going to America knowingly that is going to be a horrible experience. But it's a joke. Just going to see the joke. Without any hope. Maybe it might work out to be something tremendous. But no desire. See, it's so desireless, the whole personality is, that even if I have to desire for something, I have to ask you better desire, because I have lost the sense of desire. So many times I have said, you better do it. Unless and until you pray to me, I can't do it. That's why I ask you, write to me a letter, because you see, I can't desire. I don't do anything. Without doing anything, it is happening, so why should I desire? I really don't do anything. You'll be amazed, I don't do anything, I don't desire anything, nothing of the kind, it's working, I'm just watching it, and you are saying, whether you are doing it, I'm quite surprised. That is Tao. If you read about Tao, it is said that it doesn't do anything, but everything works out. So this is what he said, which was all Sahaja, that you have to be desireless and do everything, and he is the one who controls our ego. Because if you have no desire, you will have no ego either. Ego is only built up when you have a desire to do something. That is, you just do it for fun, just for joy, just for doing it. Then how will you build up ego? You cannot. Like an artist is painting just for fun and throwing it out. Creating something just for fun. That's what God is. Not with a desire to achieve something. I mean, the desire is so gross, can be extremely gross. It can become subtler and subtler and subtler. That's a good way. But it can be very, very gross also. Like some people can believe that, you see, I should paint it because I'll get so much money. Or I can sell it to somebody who may be the worst man, but I'll sell it because I can get more money. That's absolutely the grossest of all, you see. That you can go to the most sinful things, I don't know. There can be even worse desires than that. Can be very many. But on this auspicious day we should not think of them, which are there like that. But minimum of minimum, if we come, just do your puja just for the joy of it, not with any desire. Just for the joy. We are doing so many things like that. For example, we enjoy each other's company. Just think of that. We also, yogis, are enjoying each other's company. What's this for? Nothing at all. There's nothing. Just we are enjoying it without any desire. Just for enjoyment's sake, enjoyment. When that purity comes, you see, in our temperament, that we do everything without any desire, we have got rid of our ego. The Buddha is awakened within us. And that's what is the importance of Buddha. That he settled down himself in a place which is the most difficult place. That is on the left side of your head, you see. Sometimes I have seen it projects here up to this point, in some people. They get such a terrible pain, pulling it out from there. Can't imagine. So this horrible point, which is so funny, it is sometimes it can blow up like that, you see. Sometimes it can pierce through. It's a horrible one, which all of you have developed quite a lot, you see. And it takes its forms in different ways and methods. For that, we have to say, Buddham Sharanam Gacchami. Means we surrender ourselves to Buddha. Then what does he say? The second one is very good. Sangham Sharanam Gacchami. I surrender myself to collectivity. Sangham. Sangha is the collectivity. I surrender myself to collectivity. Ego goes down. First of all, Buddha, who is sitting, who is the deity, which is the enlightenment, you say, I surrender myself to Buddha. Secondly, you say, I surrender myself to collectivity. Egoistical people cannot surrender. So, I surrender myself to collectivity. So, we say, Sangham Sharanam Gacchami. It is to Virat. It is the third one. Buddham Sharanam Gacchami, Sangham Sharanam Gacchami. The third one, Dhammam Sharanam Gacchami. Dhammam Sharanam Gacchami. Dhamma means the religion, the balance. I surrender myself to religion, which is essence of it. Or you can put it the other way down, that Buddham Sharanam Gacchami, Dhammam Sharanam Gacchami, Sangham Sharanam Gacchami. That's all. If you have achieved it, then we can talk of it, not before that. So these three things are to be achieved. We would put it in a SahajaYoga way like this. First of all, Dhammam Sharanam Gacchami. I surrender myself to my virtues. All desires can be surrendered to your virtue. Is it virtuous to do like this? You can. If you are brought up that way, you will just not do it. You will have no desires to do something that is not virtuous and righteous. You will just not do it. So, Dhammam Sharanam Gacchami. Then you should say Buddham Sharanam Gacchami. Means I surrender myself to my enlightenment. This is the second state when you are ascended. Surrender myself to enlightenment. Enlightenment that I have got to my spirit. Is the spirit who is going to guide me. No more my physical, mental, emotional, nonsensical temptations. But what is the spirit? And thirdly, the Sangham Sharanam Gacchami, to the collective, to the whole, to the Virat. This is the way we have to work it out. So ultimately reach the same point. That let me start it from myself. From myself to others, not from others to myself. It's like treating the tree from outside, not from the roots. But SahajaYoga treats you from the roots. First you get your realization, Alright? Then you learn how to surrender yourself to your dharma. Then you become collectively conscious. Collectivity is a temperament, is a sense of enjoyment that you get in the collective living. Unless and until you have that, you are not achieved. So Buddha has played a very great role in our lives, and he is a very great, powerful force within us. I am very happy that Buddha Jayanti has fallen here in England, because as we say, the England is the heart of the universe. It doesn't matter if I say here, is there anybody Arab here? I don't want to see any Arab people sitting here. Alright. And if it is the heart, whatever you do here will circulate in the whole universe. So if you can conquer your ego here, we can even conquer the ego of Mr. Reagan and these Russians. We can manage that. But first start it here. It has to reverse back. You see, now they have to learn from you and you don't learn from them. When it will work out, you'll be amazed. Ego is the only problem I always face, reaching their hearts. If ego is removed, everything will be alright. So for us, the great mantra is Buddham Sharanam Gacchami. These three mantras you must say every day, I think, to get rid of this horrible ego. Now, any questions on Buddha you have? I've made it in a short way. The whole life history is very difficult. It's receding, ego. English are wise people, sound people. And they must understand this, that it's a very, very important thing, that they should not lose these qualities and should try to fix their enlightenment in such a way that it circulates. Any question? Kavin told me yesterday it is Buddha Jayanti. I was very happy. Because in England I have not talked of Buddha, but otherwise I have talked about him elsewhere. So now, that's why I wore, you see, a Buddha shawl. Because it is suggestive of a detached mind which has no color. And there could be a personality which is colorless. But you can have it covered with colors to make others happy. So, when you are a realized soul, whatever you do is natural. whatever you do. If I am wearing this, now I am a Buddha. When I take it out, I am Adi Shakti. It's not a drama, it's a fact. But if you are not a realized soul, before that whatever you do is just a drama. For example, this is an artificial thing. I put my hand there, anything, nothing will burn. But if it is real, it will definitely burn whatever I may drop. It's like that. So if somebody is a real person, whatever he does is not a drama, is reality. That's how they say that she can take this form, she can take that form. People don't understand how can one person take so forms. Can. If it is reality, it can. Like the Mother Earth, she is a reality, and the sap that is coming from the Mother Earth takes so many forms. See her power. Flowers, this wood, different colors, fragrance, so many things. This one Mother Earth is producing all this. Because she is reality. The reality in her can produce. But unreal things, whatever you make out of unreal things, they may look real, but they are not. So now let us have the puja. And for the rituals also he said, because most of them were unrealized souls in those days, that they, whatever puja they did was unreal. It was not real. Had no meaning. It was giving no effect. See, worshipping a person who is unreal, or any deity who is unreal, or those who were not real people, the realized souls. What's this of unrealized people worshipping? I mean, I would not allow any unrealized person to worship me at all. You see, I always tell people, unless until they are perfectly SahajaYogis, you know them, they are good, please don't bring them for puja. It's troublesome to me, much more than to them. You see, they also feel obliged, as if, you see, they are obliging me, they think so, by worshipping me, I don't know. But they don't know how much they are troubling me by coming here without realization. So the ones who haven't got realization are really troublesome. They don't help me. So the myth some people have, that if they come to a puja before realization, they'll get realization. It's not true. Should not bring anyone who is not a realized soul or who is not a SahajaYogi to a puja. It's troublesome, and that person also starts doubting this, that. It's better not to do such a thing, because also such a person is half-baked. So no use giving me half-baked cakes. I'm spoiling the half-baked cake also permanently, because if you take out a half-baked cake, see, it's spoiled forever. I can't eat it, nor you can bake it again. So what's the use of bringing somebody who is half-baked? Alright? So from next time, also this is out of compassion you do it. I know you do it out of compassion. But this is not wise. It doesn't help me, nor it helps others. Alright? So from next time, also any time, you must find out a circular saying that unless and until you are sure about the realization of a person that is got a realization, you should not call them for the puja. They are no good for mother, and they are not good for themselves. Because they become, you see, doubting or something. And you cannot really give them realization after that. You remember your friend had the same problem. Who was he? Nick or something. Alright. So now we can, Kavin, you can do the Ganesh Puja. You can read it in English. Now, I think those who have not washed my feet before in Brighton should come down. You washed my feet? No, alright, you will come. Alright, come. Can you put some towel here? ऐकलं का towel घाला खाली. Put one down. Now, you. Okay, and she has you. Carol has washed my feet, has she? Where is she?
Carol? Carol?
Washed it. You've done it in India. Let two person should come would be better. All right. So let's have it. You can be here, you both, and then these two can be there. All right. Now you can sit there, but just you pour the water. All right. Now when you say the English translation would be better. Just wash it. Both of you come forward. You have to rub my feet very hard. Rub it hard.
Shri Mahalakshmi Mahasaraswati Mahakali Trigunatmika Kundalini Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namaha Om Shri Sakshat Shri Adi Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namaha Om Shri Sakshat Shri Adi Sakshat Shri Sahasrara Swami Moksha Pradayini Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namaha
Om Keshavaya Namah, Om Narayana Namah, Om Madhavaya Namah, Om Govindaya Namah, Om Vishnuvaya Namah, Om Madhusudanaya Namah, Om Trivikramaya Namah, Om Vamanaya Namah, Om Shri
These are all the 21 names of Shri Vishnu for our central part.
Om Vasudevaya Namah, Om Pradyumnaya Namah,
It's all right.
Om Aniruddhaya Namah, Om Purushottamaya Namah, Om Adokshajaya Namah, Om Narsinhaya Namah, Om Achyutaya Namah, Om Janardhanaya Namah, Om Padmanabhaya Namah, Om Damodaraya Namah, Om Upendraya Namah, Om Hare Namah, Om Shri Krishnaya Namah, Saksha Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri
Both of you. Both of them. Rub it up. You see, you have to rub your hands, not my feet. That's the point. You see, rub it up, the whole hand. Rub the whole. You see, the whole hand has to be completely cleansed out. You see, now it's here.
Om Bhu, Om Bhuva, Om Swa, Om Ma, Om Jana, Om Tapa, Om Satyam, Om Tatsavitruvarenyam Bargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yona Prachodayat, Om Apajyoti Rasomrutam Brahmabhu Bhuva Swarom Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri
Nirmala Devi Namo Namaha
Om Shriman Mahaganati Patay Nama Ishta Devatabhyo Nama Kula Devatabhyo Nama Gram Devatabhyo Nama Sthana Devatabhyo Nama Vastu Devatabhyo Nama Mata Pitrubhyam Nama Shri Lakshmi Narayanaya Bhyam Nama Sarvebhyo Devebhyo Namo Nama Sarvebhyo Brahmanebhyo Namo Namaha Nirvignamastu Sumakascha Kadantascha Kapilo Gajakarnaka Lambodascha Vikato Vignanasho Ganadipa Tumrakiturganadyaksho Balachandro Gajanana Dvachaitane Namani Yapate Shunu Yadapi Vidyarambe Vivahi Cha Praveshi Nirgametata Sangrame Sankate Chaiva Vignastasya Najayate So on 26th day of May, in the summer season, on the day of the full moon, when the sun is in Gemini and the moon is in Sagittarius, we are doing this puja to Shri Mataji Nirmala Devi on behalf of all the SahajaYogis.
of Brighton. In Brighton, what is the name of the river?
The Arun, by the
Huh?
on the bank of Arun River.
Arun.
Arun.
Arun River. On the south or the north bank? South. Arun is in the north. To our place here.
This is Ada.
Huh?
So Ada is the near door. It's called Ada.
Alright, say that. So we must mention the river is very important.
So to the south of the river Ada, on the shore of the channel,
Near the seashore. What is the sea here?
see here is English Channel.
English Channel. Alright, good idea. The most turbulent place. But what is the sea? What's the ocean?
Atlantic. Atlantic Ocean.
Atlantic Ocean. Atlantic Ocean. Alright. Good. Awesome. Alright? What about this lady? Has she washed my feet? Come on. Who else is there? Alright, come here, both of you. Now rub here hard. Rub both hands. Both hands. Rub it hard.
According to all the religious scriptures, all of us with all our families pray for well-being, for spiritual well-being, for victory, fearlessness, longevity, health, wealth, for nullification of all badas of the SahajaYogis, to be the master of 8 siddhis, to give peace to all on 2 legs and on 4.
You have to rub your hand.
We pray for
Rub
health,
your-
satisfaction, and for all auspiciousness, for all those who are handicapped, for the emancipation of all people, to give them the highest knowledge. Whatever is our powers, whatever is our knowledge, whatever offerings we could get through meditation or by whatever means, these we surrender in the puja. And to the seat of the mother, to the water jar, the conch, and the bell, we do puja to all of them.
Now, you see, we should have somebody sitting here who can do the puja. You see, let's have it someone, say, from Brighton now. Let's have Jyoti and her husband. Come along. Let them sit down here. And we can also have Hester and her husband. 4 of them. Come along. Come along. I mean, husband and wife have to be there. That's the point. So, how many husband and wives are here from Brighton? Of course, these 2, 3, 6. Who else?
Mark and Julie.
All right, come along. So 8 of them, come along. Yes, that's it.
Jill.
Shall I continue pouring that?
Yes, yes. But now, that's why I'm saying you are pouring, then get somebody else.
Yes, ma'am.
Phil can do it. Phil, you can pour. I mean, you have to sit there to help them. Now, let's see the hand. Bhuta, beetroot, first class. Got this. All right. Now, take this water out, okay? That will do. Just. Now, let the then you forget it, because if you are sitting for the puja, somebody else should help. You see, somebody. Yes, he can do it. Yes, somebody else. Now you sit down for puja then. That's what I thought, that if you are helping, come this side. Now, if you can move out a little, you come here, Gabi. You come here. These are, see, let me show. Buddha's feet, alright? Let's have it that round. All right?
Yes, ma'am.
Good. So you get is it all right? All right, now you sit with him here. You move on. So now you don't do anything to help or anything. Just move this side, move. Yes, now you can move that side. Now who else is there? You move. Now which other couple? You both come. Now two more are there. Husband and wife. So from Southampton, do we have any husband and wife? Huh? No, they haven't come. All right.
Jill and Jason, mother.
Huh?
Jill and Jason.
No, Jill and Jason, of course. Come along. Yes, come along. They are from Brighton. Now, what is the fourth couple? Jill and Jason? Or these? Now, you come forward. Now, how do you do it?
I can stand, mother.
No, what you do, you move these things that side. You can move it that side. Now, I don't need any water just now. Right. We can all come. I mean, it's for the couple. It's a good idea because, after all, it's very auspicious, you see. You have 5 couples here. Yes, Jill and Jason. And you, now let's see. Make a bigger circle, doesn't matter. You should be part by part. Now. Now, Jill and Jason can be here. In this part. Then they come in here. So you have to pass. You see, so you just stand there. You have to pass on things to them. Now you sit down. All right. Can he come? I mean, you could be that side. You can move this side. Can you move this side? Good. That's a good idea. Now. Yeah, now everybody speaks nicely.
Quite a big family, mother.
Yes, quite a big family, I must say. So, you see, first, have you thrown the water there? Huh? No, you just throw the water. He can help you. Just give him the water. Throw it. Did you bring that thing again back here? Yeah. You'll have to wash the feet a little bit because that helps a lot. People have no frustration. You see, they say that with unemployment they take to smoking, this thing, that thing, but SahajaYoga is no problem. We have no problem of unemployment. On the contrary, it is helping us in a way. The only thing is if they all go to drugs, I don't know what will I do with these horrible things. Yeah. Just now, Phil, you can come in between. All right. Now you take that water. Little bit. You all should wash my feet. I think it's a good idea to wash your hands actually. Just now rub your two of you. Rub it hard. So this is good. Yes, it's good. Now let's see. Your hands. Better? I think rub this part. Yeah. That's. What is this?
Gananantva Shaunako Udpurut Samado Ganapatir Jagati Ganapatya Vahani Viniyuga Umdananam Tva Ganapatim Havamahe Kavim Kavina Upashravastamam Jista Rajam Brahmanam Brahmanaspat Ana Sunvan Nutibihi Sido Sadhanam.
Void. See how much it is there. All right. Now. Come, both of you. Rub it hard. Very hard. Your hands must be there. Hard, very hard. So.
Vakratunda Mahakaya Surya Koti Samaprabha Nirvignam Kurumedeva Sarvakarishu Sarvada. These are mantras invoking Lord Ganesha. The first one says, Amen, oblations to you, O Chief of Ganas, the poet of all poets, the most enlightened, Brahmanaspati, the great king of Brahmanas. Kindly respond to our prayers.
Brahmanas are the Buddhas. You see, the one who has known the Brahma is the Brahmanas are the Buddhas. All right, done. Good. Now, that's the best way to come, is to left side for the ladies and right for the, that is better. Good now? Better? Right is too much. No, better. Better now? See. All right? We got this. Now, you both come. That's a better way. Yeah, just rub. Now, rub your hand very strong. Down, yeah.
Siddhartha Siddhartham Pujitoya Sura Surai Sarva Vigna Harastasmai Ganadipataye Namah. We make obeisance to the chief of the Ganas, Lord Ganesha, the remover of all obstacles, who is worshipped by gods and demons alike for the fulfillment of their wishes.
Master, all right, better, rub it hard. Left hand, rub it hard. Put your hand in the water like that and then rub it again. Like this. Hmm. It's good. Now let's see. Hmm. Now all right? Very steady. Hands have become very steady. Good. Come. Who is going to live in Louis, you said? Which one?
Simon Buckle, mother.
You?
Sam
Maybe
said
so,
he
yes,
liked
mother.
it.
That's a good idea. I think you better decide.
Yes, I'll go, mother, because it's quite close to the university. It's only 4 miles,
Yes, yes.
so I can go easily.
That's it.
Mother Jill and I
Love it,
were
huh?
thinking also maybe
Yes,
we should...
because that's a good idea. And you are studying there.
Yes,
there.
mother.
So, you see, all those boys who came yesterday, you can attend to them. With that window, only this thing they came so many, huh?
Yes,
Just
mother.
like such an idea to put it in the window. You should try that somewhere. But where will you get a window? You can pay for a window like that.
It's worth more than an advertisement in the newspaper. It's worth paying somebody if they've got an empty shop.
A very good idea. Newspapers are terrible. I mean, the amount of money they charge is. We can do into all these surrounding places. But don't do near Indians. Please. The girl was so arrogant. She said, "How am I to believe that you are a real artist?" Can you imagine a good place of her? No sense of proportion. They have lost everything. Good, good, very good. Now, in the heart. Okay. Now, let's see. All right? How are you? Hmm? What about you? Come on. So you both. So you had the seminar of all the SahajaYogis, not of the people here. The seminar. And this we'll have of the SahajaYogis. And where will you have that?
Mother, if we can get it at the university's conference centre, which is in the middle of the countryside.
And the food arrangement, everything
Yes, Mother.
they have.
For 48 people, no, Mother, let me think. There are 2 sorts of accommodation, and 48 people can sleep in the main building in separate rooms, and a further 44 people in these army huts outside, which have 11 beds each. And those people in the army huts, they are self-catering, they cook for themselves. But the people in the main building, they can eat food cooked by the staff, and also another 30 people on top of that, not being resident, can eat food cooked by the staff. So that's maybe 120 altogether.
But these 44 people, how will they be fed to?
Yes, Mother, that's the idea. But that means at least we can get 90 people
No, but
staying.
you said 48 will be, they will get it from the staff.
Yes, Mother.
And what will these people in the huts do?
They have kitchens in the huts, Mother. You see, the problem about that place is that they don't like having children in the main building. And we have a large hut outside the main building that we have done puja in, which is very good for doing puja and for having the meetings in, so that needn't be a problem.
But what about the food of these people?
This is the only slight problem, Mother, that they will have to cook for themselves.
We can cook in Brighton. If we cooked in Brighton, we could transport the food up to the centre in a van.
And then we all can eat together.
Yeah.
All of us. In that big hut, as you said. Are we supposed to eat there?
Well, they've got a dining room in the main building, Mother. That's where the main eating is supposed to be.
No, but are we supposed to eat with them? Is it necessary, or we need not eat? Is it compulsory?
No, we can cater for ourselves entirely if we want to, Mother.
Yes, that would be better.
Yes.
You see, then what we can do, some people who stay in the building, you see, can also join us. All of us can eat.
Yes.
That's a better.
Yes, Mother.
Uh,
Well, we could use the kitchens on site in the self-catering huts to do the cooking instead of having to transport it up from Brighton.
and how far is it from here?
About 40 minutes, Mother.
That's all.
Yes, and for people coming from abroad, it's about 15 minutes from Gatwick Airport. So,
That's a good idea.
I think many people will come from Switzerland.
See, many are coming from Switzerland everywhere. They all have told me. Now, so what we should do is to, you see, if I can't, I may bring my grandchildren, so I would like to stay here then, because better is to be here. Because they don't want children to be in there inside. But I can come every time. We have a program from morning till evening, it could be there. And our Brighton people should organize themselves here somewhere. But for others, I think we can manage. At the most, how many? 200 will be there. 300. There's that place that Windsor, near Windsor, was a very...
that was ideal, but well,
Why can't we get that?
it was just they had a cancellation that first time we went.
But maybe this time. Better try. That has got really sufficient space for all of us, you see. Just see, otherwise we'll come to Brighton then. It's alright, but it will be pressure on your homes, I think.
What about floor hatch?
We all will have to accommodate at least 3 to 4 people.
We can get it.
I mean, how many there are in Brighton who have their own houses? Let's raise your hands, let's see.
And there's the ashram as well.
I
One,
can put up about 10
two.
people.
No, yours is after all ashram.
Yes.
So we have it 1, 2, 3,
Isn't
4, 5,
enough to count as Brighton?
6,
Yes.
7, 8, 9. Yours will be vacant by that time?
July.
In July, alright. So 9, say even if you have 5 people each, we can have 45
When is it supposed to be? July?
people like this.
July. I'll have a big building, Mother, in Brighton. By the 24th of July, I have a building with a big long room that I can sleep about 30, 40 people in.
Really?
Yeah, so I can take about, I'd say about 30
Then we
people.
solve the problem.
Yeah.
Because at the most we can accommodate 50
it'll be
people
gone
in your
through
house.
by
So we can put it like the 50
Yeah,
people.
it's a nice room as well.
50 and you have there 90 here. You can manage. It's such a good stuff. We are getting bigger and bigger, I think. Yeah? We should buy some tents. It's a good idea. And go to some places where we can cook for ourselves and eat together. Actually, they are sending one 30 by 30 for you. Is it a good one? Size?
Sounds nice.
Indians are sending one for you 30 by 30. Not a tent, but what you call a pendant. Right. Very hard. Hard to do. Both of you have liver. My feet start showing yellow color, you see. If the liver people touch my feet, see. Both of you think too much, you know. Analyze. A bit hard. I hope you'll get rid of those punk rocks from there. Horrible. All these funny practices will go down when they will discover how dangerous it is. Even to paint your hair with this color and all that, you can create a problem for the brain. When they will learn about it, you see, it can give you trouble in your eyes. See, her brother has got a problem.
Yes,
We have already the pigmentation, you see. Can act, yes, he has a problem already. You see, if you put all these things like colors and all that, you see, pigmentation goes into your backside of your head. And you can have problem with your eyes. It's not clear vision then. I mean, you just can't go on doing the way you like. I mean, you are a human being. It's such a funny ego that we can do what we like with our body. Can you make your body? Can you make yourself? Even I tell you so many things like, today I was telling them this head and shoulder shampoo. My daughter, somebody told her get head and shoulder. And she started losing her hair just like this, they were coming out by lumps. So she said, now only my head and shoulder will remain. So they are very honest about it. Then I used some Indian oil for her and rubbed her head and all that. Then she got it back. Otherwise, really, that was happening. It was just coming out like that. They advertise and really, I mean, they're honest, head and shoulders.
I looked at the label of that and it had a zinc sulfate in it. It had zinc sulfate of some description in it, and I said I never use it.
This Brill cream is a sure short way to baldness. Absolutely, sure shot. Anybody who is bald, you ask him, he must have used sometimes. Did you? Okay. It has got petrol. See, they may not write, but from the smell you can. These tabaks are all horrid things. Tabaks are, actually this is tobacco. The word tabak comes from tobacco. You see, here the cheating is of a very different type. They have no consideration. I mean, this is real cheating. You see, to put petrol on your head, you're sure to become bald-headed. I'll tell you, best is that Safna oil of homeopathy is very good for hair. Try that.
A hairdresser I went to in London last week said there's never seen so many bald people. So many are coming in with their hair falling out.
They are going to have no profession anymore. Thanks to Brill cream. Safna is very good. I think you all should try. Safna is very good. Or you see, this green silicon is good also. It's quite a good thing. But Safna is the best. I think you should put that Safna oil on a Saturday, nicely rub it in your head and make the scalp move a little, and then you have your bath.
What oil is this, Mother?
Safna. It's a homeopathic oil.
can get it from chemists?
I can must be homeopathic shop if you get it. And also there's one in India we call canthadine. You don't get it. It's very nice. It's very light. Of course, jabakusum is also good if you can mix it up with coconut oil. Jabakusum. 1 bottle of coconut oil and half a bottle of jabakusum, or just the other way around. If you mix it up and use that, it's very good. You can keep it in a cream bottle and use it. It's very good, jabakusum. You get it here, jabakusum. It's made out of that red flower. What do you call that? Hibiscus.
Ah, this one, yes.
Thank God, you see, we are not so good at artificiality. Really. Same about these, all these, your scammy soaps and all these things. Really. They will give you a soap which will finish your skin, and then they will give you a cream to improve your skin. It's a mutual understanding. So you try, I would say that yellow colored sandalwood is good idea if you can get it. It's very mild for the skin. It's very good for India. So that Chandrika soap was good, but now they are also mixing up something in it, I think. You should use that. It's a good one. Absolutely mild soap it is. Not the black one, the yellowish color.
Mother, Sainsbury's makes sandalwood soap.
Which one?
Sainsbury's makes sandalwood soap.
How can they?
Is that no good?
Cannot be. See, this must be some joke.
It's not the same stuff.
Somehow they can't make
Do they
anything
make it artificially?
mild, you know. They cannot make anything mild. Why can't they make something mild? See, soap should be such that your skin must come out. Your washing machine, liquid is such that I put it on enameled work from Muradabad. It was at least 60, 70-year-old, you see, we had. And as soon as I put it, the whole enamel came out. Can you imagine? I got such a shock. All the enamel within us must be going out from the teeth. All enamel of the thing came out, and I was amazed where it has gone. Completely dissolved. God knows from where they make and what they make and what.
Mother, Pepsi Cola is the worst stuff for that. Some dentist tried an experiment of leaving some false teeth in a glass of Coca-Cola overnight, and in the morning they'd disappeared. They just dissolved, Mother.
Which one, Coca-Cola or Pepsi Cola?
Yes, one of those, Mother. Probably both.
Pepsi might be. Because you see, Coca-Cola formerly was horrid. I used to feel terrible. But now I taste it, I don't find it so bad. They have changed something in that.
They took the cocaine out of it, I think, Mother.
But I used to feel terrible before. I would never touch Coca-Cola. But now it's all right. Better take Indian tonic water, I think. It's something good about it. Or this Perrier water, whatever it is. Now good now. Let's see, Jill. How are you?
I'm feeling it on the right, but not on the left.
More in the right. Left is not good. Rub it hard. What did you do before SahajaYoga?
Hatha yoga and drugs at the same time.
What a horrible combination. Rub it hard. This drug is one of the worst things. You must use oil for your hair. All druggists must use hair oil. Rub nicely like that and take it out, because I think there's some part of the brain just becomes dead. Hard, hard, hard. Yeah. Better?
It's more steady now.
Alright, I got this. You must try one hand, right hand, towards the light, and left hand towards the light. All the time, till it is cleared out. I think the drug is the thing, not so much Hatha Yoga now, it's drug. Take it out. I mean, that is the best way to spoil both the chanas. Both the chanas. But your right side is better now. Can you wipe my feet now? No. Done? Have you washed? All of you? After this, the puja is very simple. What we can do, let the men sit in front and the ladies sit at their back. Just put the hand there, touching them. That's all. They should do it with the right hand. Alright? Now come in to see the ladies' names. Alright? Now these 5 things that you have to wash. Now all the men, how many are there? 1, 2, 3, 4. Nahenoko, Adi. You all come. Can you just sit at the back? So move this a little bit on top there. No. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's do one thing. Give one each to one person. That's a better idea, isn't it? Now what you can do is to काय
दूध केलं होतं ना घट्ट झालं
गरम आहे
नाही गरम नाही
थंड आहे
पातळ केलेलं होतं घट्ट झालं ते
आणलं का
जरा गरम करायला
चालेल तसं तसंच चालेल म्हणा असेल तर गरम बरोबर जस्ट चमचा आहे का चमचा ते The ghee has been brought here. No. Let's start from Jason. You first of all will bring the ghee. You to pour the ghee. Just you go on pouring. You people need not touch. See, that's better because it keeps it pure. Just go on pouring on my feet when he says the mantras. So we'll say 108 Gami. Give it to others also. They have got the forms. No. Now put the.
only 2 are there.
No. Oh, yes. Give it to Jason. This one. त्याच्या खाली एक बशी द्या. Is there any plate underneath that? The smaller plate घेऊन द्या. Now keep it there. Now, all right. Now you have to use this spoon. It's better. Then when we need this, we'll use it. Just now, this is for the water. Now, it's being wiped and cleansed. Yes. See the mark is still there. All right. Now, Gavin, you start saying.
Om Tamiya Sakshat Shri Mataya.
Put your hand, right hand.
Om Tamiya
just
Sakshat
touch
Shri
it, all of you.
Maharajniye Namo Namah.
And you touched your
Om
man.
Tamiya Sakshat Shri Devakarya Samudyataya Namo Namah. Om Tamiya Sakshat Shri Akuraya Namo Namah. Om Tamiya Sakshat Shri Nityaya Namo Namah. Om Tamiya Sakshat Shri Bhavani Namo Namah. Om Tamiya Sakshat Shri Vishnu Granthi Vibedini Namo Namah. Om Tamiya Sakshat Shri Bhakti Priyaya Namo Namah. Om Tameva Sakshat Shri Bhakti Gamyaya Namo Namah. Om Tameva Sakshat Shri Nirlepaya Namo Namah. Om Tameva Sakshat Shri Sharmadayi Naya Namo Namah. Om Tameva Sakshat Shri Niradaraya Namo Namah. Om Tameva Sakshat Shri Niranjanaya Namo Namah. Om Tameva Sakshat Shri Mahapataka Nashini Namo Namah. Om Tameva Sakshat Shri Nirmalaya Namo Namah. Om Tameva Sakshat Shri Nirahankaraya Namo Namah. Om Tameva Sakshat Shri Nishkalankaya Namo Namah. Om Tameva Sakshat Shri Nirakaraya Namo Namah. Om Tameva Sakshat Shri Nirakulaya Namo Namah. Om Tameva Sakshat Shri Nirvikaraya Namo Namah. Om Tameva Sakshat Shri Nirgunaya Namo Namah. Om Tameva Sakshat Shri Nirupapalapaya Namo Namah. Om Tameva Sakshat Shri Nishkalaya Namo Namah. Om Tameva Sakshat Shri Nishkamaya Namo Namah. Om Tameva Sakshat Shri Nitya Muktaya Namo Namah. Om Tameva Sakshat Shri Leela Vinodini Namo Namah. Om Tameva Sakshat Shri Nirashraya Namo Namah. Om Tameva Sakshat Shri Nirantaraya Namo Namah. Om Tameva Sakshat Shri Nishkaranaya Namo Namah. Om Tameva Sakshat Shri Nirupadaye Namo Namah. Om Tameva Sakshat Shri Nirishvaraya Namo Namah. Om Tameva Sakshat Shri Niragaya Namo Namah. Om Tameva Sakshat Shri Nirmadaya Namo Namah. Om Tameva Sakshat Shri Nistulaya Namo Namah. Om Tameva Sakshat Shri Gambhiraya Namo Namah. Om Tameva Sakshat Shri Nishchintaya Namo Namah. Om Tameva Sakshat Shri Nirmohaya Namo Namah. Om Tameva Sakshat Shri Nirmamaya Namo Namah. Om Tameva Sakshat Shri Nishkapaya Namo Namah. Om Tameva Sakshat Shri Nisamshaya Namo Namah. Om Tameva Sakshat Shri Nirbhavaya Namo Namah. Om Tameva Sakshat Shri Nirabhadaya Namo Namah. Om Tameva Sakshat Shri Nirvikalpaya Namo Namah. Om Tameva Sakshat Shri Nishparigrahaya Namo Namah. Om Tameva Sakshat Shri Nirnashaya Namo Namah. Om Tameva Sakshat Shri Nirapayaya Namo Namah.
No.
Om Tameva Sakshat Shri Nishkriyaya Namo Namah. Om Tameva Sakshat Shri Nilachikuraya Namo Namah.
Move a little this side, so let him go.
Om Tameva Sakshat Shri Niratyayaya Namo Namah. Om Tameva Sakshat Shri Mahamayaya Namo Namah.
The ladies should touch the husband.
Om Tameva Sakshat Shri Vijayaya Namo Namah.
Yes, go.
Om Tameva Sakshat Shri Sandra Karunaya Namo Namah. Om Tameva Sakshat Shri Mahashakti Namo Namah. Om Tameva Sakshat Shri Bhagavataye Namo Namah. Om Tameva Sakshat Shri Sukapradaya Namo Namah. Om Tameva Sakshat Shri Padmasanaya Namo Namah. Om Tameva Sakshat Shri Lokatitaya Namo Namah. Om Tameva Sakshat Shri Maharati Namo Namah. Om Tameva Sakshat Shri Vishvarupaya Namo Namah. Om Tameva Sakshat Shri Rakshakariye Namo Namah. Om Tameva Sakshat Shri Rakshasagniye Namo Namah. Om Tameva Sakshat Shri Parashaktiye Namo Namah. Om Tameva Sakshat Shri Yogadaya Namo Namah. Om Tameva Sakshat Shri Parameshwariye Namo Namah. Om Tameva Sakshat Shri Punya Labhyaya Namo Namah. Om Tameva Sakshat Shri Sukharadhyaya Namo Namah. Om Tameva Sakshat Shri Achintya Rupaya Namo Namah. Om Tameva Sakshat Shri Ekakiniye Namo Namah. Om Tameva Sakshat Shri Adi Shaktiye Namo Namah. Om Tameva Sakshat Shri Guru Murtiye Namo Namah. Om Tameva Sakshat Shri Shobhana Sulabhakatiye Namo Namah. Om Tameva Sakshat Shri Chandikaya Namo Namah. Om Tameva Sakshat Shri Trigunatmikaya Namo Namah. Om Tameva Sakshat Shri Mahatiye Namo Namah. Om Tameva Sakshat Shri Prana Rupiniye Namo Namah. Om Tameva Sakshat Shri Shubhakariye Namo Namah. Om Tameva Sakshat Shri Shamatmikaya Namo Namah. Om Tameva Sakshat Shri Satchitananda Rupiniye Namo Namah. Om Tameva Sakshat Shri Viramataya Namo Namah. Om Tameva Sakshat Shri Garvitaya Namo Namah. Om Tameva Sakshat Shri Parmanuya Namo Namah. Om Tameva Sakshat Shri Kshipra Prasadiniye Namo Namah. Om Tameva Sakshat Shri Sadashivaya Namo Namah. Om Tameva Sakshat Shri Vishvagarbhaya Namo Namah. Om Tameva Sakshat Shri Svabhava Madhuraya Namo Namah. Om Tameva Sakshat Shri Pushtiye Namo Namah. Om Tameva Sakshat Shri Dhira Samarchitaya Namo Namah. Om Tameva Sakshat Shri Nitya Yoganaya Namo Namah. Om Tameva Sakshat Shri Vishva Sakshi
You can be in meditation, the rest of you. You see, it works out.
Om Tameva Sakshat Shri Vishva Grasaya Namo Namah. Om Tameva Sakshat Shri Siddha Surtiya Namo Namah. Om Tameva Sakshat Shri Shashvatiye Namo Namah. Om Tameva Sakshat Shri Paramudaraya Namo Namah. Om Tameva Sakshat Shri Dharmadaraya Namo Namah. Om Tameva Sakshat Shri Swastaya Namo Namah. Om Tameva Sakshat Shri Pashahantriye Namo Namah. Om Tameva Sakshat Shri Pavanakrutiye Namo Namah. Om Tameva Sakshat Shri Chandranivaya Namo Namah. Om Tameva Sakshat Shri Ravi Prakyaya Namo Namah. Om Tameva Sakshat Shri Mahapujiyaya Namo Namah. Om Tameva Sakshat Shri Chitshaktiye Namo Namah. Om Tameva Sakshat Shri Lajjaya Namo Namah. Om Tameva Sakshat Shri Vimalaya Namo Namah. Om Tameva Sakshat Shri Varadaya Namo Namah. Om Tameva Sakshat Shri Mahadeviye Namo Namah. Om Tameva Sakshat Shri Vilasiniye Namo Namah. Om Tameva Sakshat Shri Vandaru Janavatsalaya Namo Namah. Om Tameva Sakshat Shri SahajaYoga Dayiniye Namo Namah.
Put it in this one, you can clear it.
Om Tameva Sakshat Shri Mahayoga Dayiniye Namo Namah. Om Tameva Sakshat Shri Mahalakshmi Mahasaraswati Mahakali
Trigunatmika Kundalini Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo. Om Tameva Sakshat Shri Kalki Sakshat Shri Adishakti Mataji, Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namah. Om Tvameva Sakshat, Shri Kalki Sakshat, Shri Sahasrara Swami Moksha Pradayini Mataji, Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namah.
Now is the milk. We need more milk. Is kept here? Some more milk is there. We need the milk.
There's some milk.
There's milk is here. There's milk here.
But we need more milk.
We have some here.
So you keep it handy. This is to be poured in. Now, Kavin, you can read the meaning of all this. Yes, in English.
Om Shri Mata Namaha. Bow to the Sacred Mother. She not only gives every good thing that a loving mother gives to her child, but also the highest knowledge, Brahma Vidya, the knowledge of divine vibrations, to her devotees. Om Shri Maharajniya Namo Namah. Bow to the Great Empress, she who rules the entire universe. Om Devakarya Samudyataya Namo Namah. Bow to the one who emerges for a divine purpose.
You see, Deva means God. You see, she is doing God's work. She emerges for the God's work. That's what I am saying. We are doing God's work. She emerges for the God.
She appears in her great splendor when all the divine forces are helpless and unable to eradicate wickedness.
Do you understand that? When all the divine forces are helpless, then only she emerges, because she has all the powers within her. Not without that. The chance is given to. So all these incarnations have come at different points. Alright?
Om Shri Akulaya Namo Namah. Bow to the one who is beyond Kula, that is measurable dimensionality, means who resides in the head in Sahasrara.
Because of the 7 chakras, you see, onto all 7 dimensions she can move, because she resides in the Sahasrara. Because all others reside in 1 chakra. So their movement is only in 1 chakra. While the goddess resides in the Sahasrara, which has got all the 7 dimensions there. All these 7 dimensions can be managed by her. No.
Om Tumeva Sakshat Nityaya Namo Namah. Bow to the one who is eternal.
Alright, now water will do.
Om Tumeva Sakshat Shri Bhavani Namo Namah. Bow to the Queen of Bhava, that is Shiva, the giver of life to the whole universe.
You see, bhava means to happen. See, bhava is to happen, and life is the thing that makes it happen. Whatever has happened is bhava. Whatever is created, whatever has happened is bhava. Right? What else?
Om Tameva Sakshat Shri Vishnu Granti Vibedini Namo Namah. She cuts the knot of Maya, of illusion of Shri Vishnu.
Pour it slowly. Now, touch it.
And then the devotee perceives the unreality of his individuality as body, mind and present incarnation. He loses the consciousness of the limited I-ness.
See, limited I-ness comes through what? Because ego, superego is built in, and that's why you have I-ness. But this can be only broken by your self-realization. And when the self-realization takes place, She breaks your limited eyedness, means you break your shell of your egg and you become the bird.
Om Tameva Saksha Shri Bhakti Priyaya Namo Namah. Bow to the one who is fond of the devotees.
Why she is fond of the devotees? Because they understand, they know. That's why she is fond of the devotees. Who don't understand, you see, how can you be fond of people who are blind and who are hitting you left and right without seeing what they are doing? But human beings are the other way around. They are more fond of people who hit them. And things too.
People love to hate.
Not those which destroy them. They like things that will destroy them. They like people who hit them. Stop. Sugar is sufficient, I think. Alright? So pour some more water, I think it's. Now, the keshar there. Okay. केशर आणि चंदन केशर दिलं होतं तिथे नाव रिच दादा भंगावी
Om Tameva Saksha Shri Bhakti Gamyaya Namo Namah. Bow to the one who is realized by devotion.
केशर कुठे? Where is the saffron? It's kept in the saffron is she knows. अहो ते केशर भिजवलं ते द्या केशर द्या ना put the केशर there's some water in it. I'll pour it there, so I'll pour it down. The fragrance, you see? On the feet it starts giving the fragrance. Can you get the fragrance of the kesha?
Yes.
चंदन ज़्यादा चंदन चंदन ठीक है now better take it out my feet take it.
Sorry.
A bit hard, very hard, very hard. It's a bit hard, very hard. Hard. And what is the next one?
Om Tameva Saksha Shri Nirlepaya Namo Namah.
This is the word, nirlep. It's not in what that quality is nirlep.
Bow to the one who is not touched by various karmas and dualism.
Nirlep is absolutely doesn't get attached to it. Nirlep. Nirlep means what you call is the. Supposing you apply the cream to the hand, what do you call that application? That is leper. Anything like that, you cover it with anything like that.
Anointing, Mother.
Anointing? No. Anointing is a more divine thing. But say applying of the cream. Supposing you apply cream on your hand, you see, you are putting a lepana. You can put something else, you see, it's a covering. What's the word? Huh? Not to protect, just, you see, you can...
To coat.
To cover it.
To coat.
Huh?
Coat it.
Coat it.
With a coating.
Coat it. And it cannot, she cannot take to any coating. Your leg. Coating. Your leg.
Tameva Sakshat Shri Sharmadayini Namo Namah. Bow to the one who is the giver of happiness, including divine bliss. Om Tameva Sakshat Shri Niradaraya Namo Namah.
Niradhara. You see, ni word itself is nirlepa. You see, ni word itself means not anything. Nihi.
Unsupported. She is the support of the universe. She is pure consciousness, unformulated,
I mean,
undifferentiated.
if you are the support of everything, then who is your support? It's not, there's no support. So, you are unsupported. Hanging in the air, that means.
Om Tameva Sakshat Shri Niranjanaya Namo Namah.
Niranjana. That's the name I have given to Gregor's daughter, Niranjana.
Unstained by any limitations whatsoever. Om Tameva Sakshat Shri Mahapataka Nashini Namo Namah.
Pataka Nashini. Pataka is sin.
Bow to the one who destroys the greatest of sins.
So, why to feel guilty?
Om Tameva Sakshat Shri Nirmalaya Namo Namah.
I mean, you are lucky people who has a mother who can destroy all your sins. Well, you are very lucky. I wish I had a mother like that. Isn't it? Leave her to mother. Now, whom am I to leave? I am Niradhara.
But you don't commit any sins.
That's all.
You've saved yourself the bother.
Yes. Now, what else? You must see how they have described. You SahajaYogis are seeing this, verifying it, but the ones who have discovered it, how deep they must be to see this quality. See, we are just trying to verify it, whether it's true or not, or whether it tallies with mother or not. But they have seen all this. They must be great seers, isn't it? Very deep. What's the next now?
Om Tameva Sakshat Shri Nirmalaya Namo Namah. Bow to the one who is pure.
Just over here also, these are all chakras. Yes, but the word pure, you see, what does that mean? Pure means that there's nothing impure. And impurity is that which is all artificial. Which is destroying, which contaminates, which dilutes and permeates into anything that is good and can destroy completely. Purity of the heart is very important. If you are doubting or anything, then you are not a pure person. Not at all. And all these impurities show where? In your centers, in your chakras. Whatever is the physical impurity, mental impurity, emotional impurity, any impurity shows in the chakra as an obstruction. So, I mean, if you are pure, you are the enjoyer of the purity, isn't it? Nobody else but you. As you enjoy your pure, beautiful sheet to lie down on a bed, like a pure white, beautiful, clean thing. You enjoy cleanliness outside. The inner cleanliness is so enjoyable. It's the most beautiful thing. The most beautiful thing is inner cleanliness. If you have that inside so clean, you see, you love to face yourself and you enjoy yourself Your beautiful, clean heart. There's no malice, no hatred, nothing. Clean, beautiful light of love. That's what we have prayed. That's the greatest thing one has. All the rest are absolutely, transitory, or you can call them useless, to be abandoned completely. But what you should stick on is to the purity of your heart, purity of your mind, just pure. On that you can live. You don't need anything. See the color of the Keshara. What's the next?
Om Tameva Sakshat Shri Nirahankaraya Namo Namah.
This is important for today, Nirahankara.
Bow to the one who is without ego.
Yeah. Ego, what comes, means that a person who feels I am doing it. See? I don't feel I am doing it at all, but I am doing it. While you are not doing it, but you feel you are doing it. Then it's a double problem, not single. When you are not doing it, and you are feeling you are doing it, it's criminal, isn't it? But somebody who is doing it and not feeling that he's doing it, because that person is not conscious of this, not bothered of it. It's too little to think that you are doing something. It's too little. It's too small a thing. It's too low a thing to think that I am doing. It's such a ridiculous thing to think, I have done this. Is such a thing to be said. Isn't it? Don't you think so? And such a person who comes and says, oh, I did like this and all this, you think it's such a stupid fellow, what is he talking? It's such a ridiculous thing, I tell you, to say, I have done it. So, after SahajaYoga, you also start saying, Mother, it's not working, it's not coming up, it's not there. You don't say, I cannot do it, I am doing it, I am giving realization. You don't say that. You just say, it's not coming, it's not there, it's not in the hand, like that. You see, so you also start becoming a third person. You just don't take the credit for it at all. Only the joy of it comes to you, that's all. But you don't take the credit or discredit for it. That should happen gradually to all of us, and it happens automatically. Start talking like that. Today's puja, you must notice, I have changed the mood completely because of Buddha's influence, We didn't want to have too much of puja. Alright. So now what we have to do is to put something, a cloth here. Or a towel.
A cloth or a towel?
It's just the colour.
Or something else which is colourful and which you would like to put my foot.
You've got this towel's good price.
A white will be better, isn't it? Is there a white one? Alright. This one won't show my feet at all. But this one is alright. Okay? First we would like to take a photograph. So you like? Now you go on reading and I'll tell you.
Om Tameva Sakshat Shri
Second
Nirakaraya
thing is
Namo Namah.
for the girls to come.
Bow to the one who is formless.
Now you can go. Well, thank you very much. Formless. Only the formless can take many forms, you see. But if you become a form, means if you are confined to a form, you cannot take another form. You see, like water now. See, the water is formless, so you can put into anything, it takes that form. Whatever you pour into it. Now supposing something has a form already, and you put it into anything, it keeps its form all the time. So it cannot take forms. But only that is formless can take forms. Do you follow my point? Which is already having a form. It cannot take another form. That's why there are so many forms of the goddess, because she is formless. Wherever you put her, she becomes that. You put her in a glass, she becomes the form of the glass. You put her in here, she becomes that. You put her in every way, she becomes that. Because she is formless. Is that the only girl we have? Who are unmarried girls? Come on. Thank God we have so many married girls. That's very good. So now we have 3. And what about these little girls who are there? Little babies, where are they gone? Call them. And where's Olympia? She's the great unmarried girl. Yes? Come along. Come. Stop. Come. Sit down. Sit down. You have to put this, alright? On my feet. Come along. No. See? Sit down. No, this one. You take it in your hand. Can you take it in your hand? Alright. Now hold it in your hand. Like this. Now put it there on my feet. Just put it. They know that. See? Now with that hand. She's done. Now let Olympia also. Now you put this one first. Along this. No? You want to put some? Take it. Take some. Put it there. Good. Where's the other one gone? नाही तिला नाही. लग्न झालं नाही तशा मुली पण. The whole field can be colored with that. Yes. Where's Olympia gone? Call Olympia. Olympia, come here. Oh, there are so many unmarried girls. We need you very much here. Now come along. Put your hand in it. Now put it on my feet. All of you. Come along. Do it. Now you too. What about you? Come from this side. Come along. You move a little. I think you move this side a little. Now. Put it more. Where's the other one gone? She's sleeping? Aarti? Now put it there also. Smile. Yes, you must. With the same speed they go back. How is he? Is he better? तुम्ही घ्या ना त्या बेबीला तिला बसू द्या इकडे. Let the boy look after him. You come in. Let's put it here.
Should we put it on your toes?
Yes, here. All of them. With all the fingers you can do it. Come on, did she do? Come. They're feeling shy. That's the age they overcome. Like Aradhana this time, you'll be surprised, you see. I telephoned to her and she was not talking to me. So she told her mother that how can I talk to her? You know, she's the goddess, I don't know how to talk to her. On the phone. Very sweet. Oh dear. How are you, Gay? All right? You're all right. She can look after you. Ah, come here, come here. Come, come. We want all our married girls to come here. With 2 ponytails. Huh? Alright, come along, come along, come. You do it. Come here. Then Aarti will also do. Come along, Aarti. You have to do it. Come along, come. So, now take this. Take this from there. Just take it. Ah, that's it. That's it. Take it and put it down here. Come along. How she's doing it? Ah. See, they are all doing it. Come now, Aarti. Come now. You. Ah, just see, just see. You put it here. Good, good, good. All right. Nothing has happened. Nothing has happened. All right, done now. What about your hands? See now, they have become yellow. Beautiful. All right. So now, let it be now. Let them do it. Huh? Now you get up now. You've done your job. Now you get up. Let them do it now because you see, the other part of it is rather dangerous. All right. Now, so you get up now. You all have to get up now, the little girls. Now let the big girls work out. Now. Thank you very much. Now let the big girls do the job. I think we better rub it evenly everywhere. What did she say?
Shall we do mother's hands?
Rustam had a puja there, you see, and he made Aradhana and Anupama to sit down. And so seriously they did all the puja and everything, very solemnly. Now it's done. Now you apply the kumkum is there. पहले that chandan लावला पाहिजे. The chandan to be applied here first of all. That chandan. Is there water in it? Huh? Use all your fingers to tie it. Half this side, half that side. Needle. So for how many days you will have seminar? 3 days? Better completely fix it up because they have to take leave and everything. Will you be able to find out?
Yes, Mother, I can find out today.
Yes, you know, in these modern things you have to be little ahead of time because they have to take leave. And this was Gregor's idea, was that? So all these, I think maybe people from Italy and all that might be coming. Good. Very good now. So now you can apply that. Put some more water in it. Put some. I've got it here. आलता नहीं है ना आणला आहे आलता है आलता बाटली आलत्याची like that. They have done it. This is put a line. Now. आलता आलता ते पायाला लावायचा लाल रंग असतो ना ते हा बाटली ते नाही बरं It's all right. How are these saris going strong? Have you washed them? That's good, eh? They look very nice and comfortable, eh? Quite
Very simple, yeah.
very simple. And they are lengthwise and good.
Thank you very much.
See, just by chance we saw them. That's what the Indian people wear, you see, normally. Maharashtra.
When I was wearing it in the street, many people stopped and said, "This is Maharashtra, this is Maharashtra." Yeah.
Really?
Indian people, yes. They were so pleased.
You see, this is just from the heart of Maharashtra we got it. And normally to get this, what a headache it was, I just couldn't get it. So, but suddenly we found it. Remember the thing, suddenly. Here the Indians say, or
No, in India.
Communication,
in the street.
You see, what happens that these saris used to be very big in fashion in Delhi. All the sophisticated ladies used to wear them. But the communication is so bad. The things from the villages don't reach. This is absolutely a village thing. Absolutely.
This wasn't in Delhi, this was in Maharashtra, they were saying.
And then they just don't get it now. Can you imagine? The communication is so bad in our country. For them it's something very rare. आपल्या इथे कोल्हापूरला घेतली नाही कोल्हापूर इचलकरंजीचे फेमस the main thing is durability. You can wash it as much as you like. But we are very bad in communication, I think, in our country, so nothing gets transported. For example, Nasik things are so difficult to get in Delhi. So somebody told me that if you ever go to Nasik, get me this for me and that for. I mean, Nasik is so near, you see. But still, people think that Nasik is at least going to America. My own sister-in-law, she told me 10 things to get from Nasik. Just imagine. They come up to Bombay, but they don't go to Nasik. Never. She's never been to Nasik, can you imagine? Slightly more has to be on the nails also. जाऊ काही नको राहिले ते चालेल सोडा Now you have to put a swastika like that. This side you put it? Yes, in the back. Put one line. feet are swelling. Now the married ladies have to come forward. All the married ladies. So, what are the things? साडी बिडी त्यांच्या हातात द्या. हातामध्ये हे आरसा सगळं काय. Here too, at the back. Completed. But these sarees will be extra. Really, I tell you, I can't do that. How it doesn't work. Hang on. This girl can keep it for them. They'll have to do it in my hand later. Alright, so first of all, सगळं झाल्यावर मग घालायचं असतं ते. तर आधी पायाचं घाला. You have to give the balance. Yes, come here. All the married ladies. Come here. Give them one, two each, I think. Where's Jane? Or we can have it from, alright, from here will be better because it will be from, let's have them from Brighton only. You have two each. आणखी कोण सगळ्यांना दिले Why?
I'm not impressed.
Michelle.
Michelle,
Wendy.
come here. Come along, come along. Come along. Michelle. You both can come. So one more. Where is she?
She's coming, Mom.
I think Pamela you can give her because you are from now, you are married in Switzerland. She's become Swiss. Yes. You see what people told me about Switzerland, people they are very clean, but their heart is absolutely cleaned off. त्यात ह्यानं द्यायला द्या कोणालाही द्या just pass it on. You have to give it to me. आधी मंगळसूत्र वगैरे सर्व घालून सर्वात शेवटी फुलांचं वगैरे सर्व करून बस ती मंगळसूत्र घ्या. I forgot, we should have asked them to send you some combs made out of horns in India. See, they were telling me that we can send you mother. This is a very nice one we have in this. Alright, so that should be the last. All other things should be put first. All the feet you have to decorate with flowers, and that should be the last. Huh? This is what. Now keep it here. What's it? This is for putting on my feet, is it?
Yes, ma'am.
These are garland like?
I don't think so. They're just coming.
No, there are. Yes, that's what it is. That's it. I think she knows about it. Anne, that is the thing. Huh. Oh my. These are for the hand? Yeah. With the wrist.
Yes, ma'am.
What flowers are these? Are they? Oh, such beautiful colors. They are between, I think, daisies and in between them. This one is for the hand. Yeah. Just help her. Just to make it straight.
Make it straight now.
That's all.
That's it.
Very nice. Isn't it? They have fragrance, I must say. All your English flowers are now having fragrance. Beautiful there. What's that? Is a garland or? No, we should. I think we can put the garland after the sari has been put. Let the boys do the garland. And also putting the puja. That they will do. The boys will do. Not a sari, eh? See, the price is there. But this is reduced, highly reduced price, isn't it? Highly reduced. I must say, can you believe a sari like that? Costing 3,000 rupees. 2 years old. Take it out. Yeah. Olive color. With the teeth you can do. It's a real present actually.
Such a good colour for
Not beauty. Eh? Very lucky people. I must say you've been very lucky. Oh, look at that. All the greenery we saw yesterday at the hills, you see the colour of the hills here.
Mother, we tried to find some oak leaves for you, but there's not a single oak tree in Brighton, aren't you?
Better plant some. You can open it like that. No. Oh, this one has to come this side. I'm sorry. Hold the lower part. See the fragrance of the sari. It's all your love, that's all. Now, without your love, you see, such a sari you can't buy, I can tell you. Now, what you have to do is to take it like that. So that's better. What a beauty it is. Only thing, I think they'll be all going in my personal archives. I don't really have a chance to wear that. We are now, next year, we are going to have mini saris, alright, David? Only the borders. Can't, you see, it's too much. It's beautiful. See the fragrance. The real zari to have something so beautiful. Isn't it? See this also. You see why on the left side? Because left side is the lady side, or the Nari Nateshwara. See, Nateshwara is the right side. So he doesn't wear any palla. This is the ladies thing. And this is for the gents. So we have gents who wear dhotis like this. Nowadays, you are wearing one, but not with such a big border. But we have with such a big border, dhotis. It's only a little loose if you can make it better. Good idea. Beauty, I think. Who chose the sari for Brighton? Huh?
You did.
Who? You did. Huh? I. I have specially favored you people. Very nice.
It's just like the Mother Earth now.
You see now, it's just suggestive of your Brighton. The hills and the greenery is so beautiful. So nice. Just like the Mother Earth. So beautiful. Alright, now you can put the card. No, all the boys should touch it. Come along. It will look so nice on the sari, this color, I tell you, this red. So much. Must show the right side. Really feel like a goddess of the forest, you see. All these. It's a long thing flowing down. It's beautiful. Now, the boys can also put flowers at my feet. There. Should we remove this towel if that won't be spoiled, I'm sure. No? You haven't got anything for my toes. Toe rings are not there. Are there? Is there any toe ring? Kyle? Toe rings are there? No. Toe rings आहेत का तिकडे? That's right. Okay. I should have brought. Yes, they are here. Right time. All right, then you put them. Beautiful. On the Vishuddhi finger, I think. Can you do it, or we should ask some ladies, or you can do it? I can do it, Mother. I think we'll put it out on me. Now you have to press it there. I'm just enjoying Buddha within myself.